So, before I start this review, I've just got a quick disclaimer. I'm going to apologize for any artifacts or anything like that that you may see in the footage that I've used today. I currently don't have a capture card, so I'm actually recording everything through remote play. So everything you see right now has been recorded through remote play on my PC. So sit back, relax, guys, enjoy, and yeah, roll it. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Late to the Party, the retrospective review show for current gen systems for anybody who's still sitting on the fence about buying some great games that are out there. Stay tuned because today we're looking at Devil May Cry 5. Alright, so you're probably thinking to yourself, Gons, why do a review of this game now? Surely everyone who wants this game has bought it. And I'm here to tell you no. Most of the time when I bring this game up in conversation, there's a fair few people who tend to tell me, oh, I've been thinking about getting to that, I've been meaning to get around to that, and they're just sitting on the fence about it. So this review is for all the people like them, and potentially like you if you're clicking on this video, unless you've already got the game like me and you've finished it a few times and you just want to hear me gush about it, which you're also welcome to. So, you know, take your pick. Please sit back, enjoy the rest of the video, and let's get into the meat of this, shall we? So I will give you fair warning though, even though I'm not going to give story spoilers, there might still be some visual spoilers or gameplay spoilers, so if you're sensitive to that, you might need to click off the video, or better yet, just listen to me gush about it while the video is minimized. Or if you got YouTube Premium on your phones, you can also just turn the screen off and listen to me talk about it, and I'll give you an audio cue as to when it's okay to listen and watch the video again. Yeah, if you can roll with that, I can roll with that too, and we can all have a good time. Okay, so you're probably thinking to yourself, Gons, why Devil May Cry 5? Not start with 1 through 4. Those are on the platforms as well. Well, I'm here to tell you that Devil May Cry 5 is probably one of the most accessible versions of it. Sure, you do have Devil May Cry HD Collection on Xbox 3... How many consoles is it on now? PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and you can buy all 3 of the original Devil May Cry games on the Switch. But that's individual, it's not in a collection. I think a collection is being released, but I don't know if that's coming to Australia, unfortunately. Just like the Mega Man X collections, those only came digitally to our shores. Unfortunate, I know. But yeah, apart from that, you've got a PS4, Xbox One, PC. You can also get Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, so that comes with a lot of extra stuff too. But, back to Devil May Cry 5. This game actually has this thing called DMC History. So DMC History is just a short video. Yes, it gives you it gives you slight spoilers. It gives you the story synopsis for every event leading up to this. So that goes through Devil May Cry 3, which is the first in chronological order. Then it goes through to Devil May Cry 1. Then it slightly covers the anime, because the anime is canon to this. Yes, there is a Devil May Cry anime. I liked it. Other people don't, but I don't know. I guess I'm not an anime snob, and I like what I like, right? Anyway, moving on. From the anime, you go into Devil May Cry 2, then Devil May Cry 4. And that's the chronological order. And this video gives you just, you know, word synopsises without giving away major story beats and spoilers, which is good. So, you know, you can actually go and you can play this game, you can watch this video, you can play through the whole story, be caught up, but then you can go back and you can play these games if you like this game, because I find that this game is the most accessible gameplay-wise, and then you can go and you can play the other games if you like this one, and I kind of guarantee you will. Like, it wasn't nominated Best Action Game of 2019 for no reason. Let's be real here. But moving on. But like with my previous review, I'm coming at this again from a casual perspective. This game is a very skill-based game. You're going to need a lot of skill to get through it, but I'm coming out here to tell you that even if you're not the most advanced video game player, you don't dedicate your life to games, you can still get through this, and you can still have a great time. And if you don't believe me, watch Girlfriend Reviews, because they've got a fantastic video on this game. Hopefully that'll sell it for you as well. Right, so getting into gameplay in this game. For the first time in the series, Devil May Cry 5 brings us straight off the bat 3 playable characters. Okay, so we've got Dante, Nero from Devil May Cry 4, and V, who's a completely new playable character. Now, I'm just going to talk about V real quick because I couldn't actually get any footage of him because, unfortunately, like my disclaimer says at the start of the video, I don't have a video capture card, so I have to record this through the remote play app. Unfortunately, the way V fights in this game is not like Nero and Dante. The way V fights is by summoning other demons and using them and only going in for the final kill stroke, and that's it. And I'm going to be honest, he's not my favorite in this game. I found him super bland, super boring. I found it super button mashy, especially when you unlock all the different things of his demon companions. Like, it just gets really, I'm going to say monotonous. Let's just suffice to say, anytime that I could choose to play as either V or a different character, I'd choose the different character, because I just really, even now, like, I've had this game since, I didn't get it on release day, but I've had, since close to release day, and I still don't like V. I don't like his character design. I don't like his gameplay. I think he looks like Kylo Ren, and the panther reminds me of Bagheera, and the bird talks a lot and is wisecracking like Iago. So the whole time I've been calling them Kylo, Bagheera, and Iago. That's V in a nutshell to me, right? And if you play the game, you probably won't be able to get that out of your head now. I'm sorry for that, but that's just how I feel. So I couldn't record any gameplay for V because when he summons, it just there's too much artifacting on my footage. So unfortunately there, but the bright side is, I guess I don't have to talk about V anymore. Let's move on. Alright, so next I'm going to be talking about Dante. Now Dante has been the main character since Devil May Cry 1, and I feel like in this game he kind of gets pushed to the side, or he shares the spotlight at least, with Nero. Very much story-wise and gameplay-wise, and you'll see what I mean. A lot of people for this game say that this is the best Dante that they've ever used. That Dante in this is more fluid, his weapon variety is greater, and all this da. We get it. He's good. Dante's always been good to play as. It's always been fun to play as Dante. And yeah, that's no exception in this game. He still has all of his combos, all of his, I don't know if they got the jump cancelling because I'm not into the higher maneuverability thing, but yeah, so you've got your standard, you got your swords, you got several swords that you'll find for Dante throughout this game. They're all just variations of his normal sword, though. You're not going to find like Agony and Rudra. If for any veterans, you'll know what I mean. But then you've got Balrog, which is his fist weapons. You got Cavalier, which is he's got a motorbike that turns into 2 circular swords, which is awesome. And you can ride on the motorbike as an attack and dual wheelie on demons' faces. Like, what's not to love about that? Like, it's crazy. Like, this game is so much fun. I think my favorite is now this is going to be a slight audio spoiler, but Cerberus is back. So you get Cerberus again, but it's not the same as it was in Devil May Cry 3. And you're gonna see such a different changes. So much, like, the change is really good. All the changes that I found to Dante is really good. But yeah, I just want to gush. I love how when you use Balrog and then you start hitting the bad guys, you hear this demonic voice that starts counting up in numbers, and that's actually your weapon that's sentient, and it starts counting up, and the more you start hitting, because it's a flame weapon, like it starts catching fire, and then it starts burning your enemies, and then suddenly you're in this mode where you're like punch, 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 and then everything's lighting on fire, and it's crazy. But yeah, like this game is cool. Or I like when later on with Dante, you unlock this mode that once you get your devil trigger, you get to have like the same kind of, I'm gonna call, I forgot what they're called, but I'm gonna say Virgil's like astral swords, like his projection swords. Dante gets his own variation on that, which extends your combos whenever you're in devil trigger. And like, just the awesome thing is that those swords don't just appear when you're holding a sword, so they appear when you're holding your little chainsaw motorbike, or when you got your nunchucks out, or when you got your freaking gloves on, and they deal damage like they're crazy good. They're crazy good. Oh yeah, also one other thing that I want to do about Balrog, so always in every game Dante's had like, you know, gloves and stuff. So, and then in Devil May Cry 3 and 4, it was gloves and boots. And Balrog mixes it up because he's got a kicking mode and a punching mode. So when he's in punching mode, it's just your standard boxing. And when it goes into the kicking mode, it does all these, like, I want to say kickboxing moves, a bit of Muay Thai, and like a lot of different Street Fighter moves, as well as Dante can breakdance, which is like taken straight out of Bayonetta. I mean, come on, this is awesome. You know, for anyone who doesn't know, Bayonetta and Dante were both originally created by the same person, Hideki Kamiya. Hideki Kamiya made Devil May Cry 1, and then Capcom thought it'd be awesome to take him away from Devil May Cry 2, and we all know how that turned out. Unless you don't, you should look it up. But yeah, Dante is good, but, and that's a big but, Devil May Cry 3 for the Switch came out after this, and it came with a bit of balancing, and it also came with style switching, which was introduced in Devil May Cry 4. So, Devil May Cry 3 on the Switch, to me, is the best version of playing as Dante. Just because, for one, I have a bit of nostalgia because I did finish it on the PS2 way back when, but just the fact that you can style switch and you have all of your weapons available just at the flick of the right stick, it's so much easier to string combos. Like, I never get triple S rank, but lately in DMC 3, I'm just playing through it in Devil Hunter mode, so don't at me. Like, I know I'm not the best, and I'm never going to claim to be the best, but I'm actually getting triple S ranks. Like, I never thought I'd see the day. I never get triple S ranks, and now I'm getting triple S ranks because of this new way that they control Dante. That's nuts. So, unfortunately, Devil May Cry 5 is the second best Dante that you will ever play as, which is pretty good incentive to go back and play Devil May Cry 3 on the Switch. Specifically on the Switch, guys, because, well, I don't know if they released an update for the HD collections on all the other ones, but, you know, I bought it on the Switch after already owning the PS4 version, and I have no regrets. I think I've played it on the Switch more so because of all the style switching. On the PS4 version, I got annoyed because I was so used to style switching from Devil May Cry 4. And then when I went back to not being able to switch your styles unless you're like at a save point or something, it kind of threw me off and took away from the flow of the game for me, just because I hadn't tried to perfect it over the years like a bunch of other people. I'd just gone in, I'd finished the game like 3 times, and then I hadn't played it for years and decided to come back, and it's just threw me off. So yeah, DMC 3 on the Switch, best Dante. Keep that in mind. Still, you should get this game. This game's freaking awesome. Okay, so this game might have the second best Dante, but it's got the best Nero. Okay, so what I'm gonna say, I guess it's not spoilers. Look, at the start of the game with Nero, if you've played him before, he's got this power called the Devil Bringer. And at the start of the game, you lose that power. So it's no longer available to you, through means of which I will not divulge. So to replace the Devil Bringer, which is an arm that has like reach and grabs your enemies and helps you extend combos, they gave him a set of robotic arms, so multiple robotic arms. So you'll see in my footage that I've actually got the Mega Buster, which is so Mega Man's arm, which is awesome. Man, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, you know what? Yes, I am on board. I am 100% on board. I love it because like it doesn't just shoot Mega Buster like pellets, like the lemons. It also does, like, if you stop shooting for a while, you'll see that it's got so much detail where the sidebar that charges the energy, it charges to the top, and then you do a semi-charged shot, and then if you hold the button down, you do a fully charged shot. But you gotta watch that because that'll bust the arm. So that's one mechanic with these arms that actually helps balance the game, because they're really good. So you've got multiple arms, like I'll just name a few. There's one called Tomboy, which puts you in overdrive all the time, which means as soon as you start flashing away, Nero starts flying and you don't know why, and it's hard to control, but everything you hit just instantly dies, and his gun turns into this gigantic cannon. It's amazing. I love Tomboy. That's low-key. That and Mega Buster are my two favorite arms. But then you got Rawhide, which is a whip, which also extends the number of hits that you do in your combos when you do it in between slashes, which is awesome. This electronic arm also pulls enemies towards you, just like what the Devil Bringer used to do. There's the Buster arm, which actually lets you do all the techniques, like the grabs and stuff that the Devil Bringer used to do in Devil May Cry 4. There's a time stop arm, there's an electrocution arm, there's this one called Gerber, which lets you maneuver in the air. Like essentially you can, if you just keep on spamming Gerber, there's Gerbera. If you keep on spamming it in the air, you got like all this different air maneuverability, but at the same time you can reflect projectiles and stuff and use it to block moves. And then its ultimate version, when you hold down the thing, is freaking shooting a big FU laser. Now if you've never seen an FU laser, hopefully I've got the footage up here, because that is one big FU laser. His whole arm just goes whoosh, and then it's like you can see all the different particles. It's amazing. One of my favorite ones just to play around with though is, forgetting the name with it, but it's a rocket punch, right? So this rocket punch, you can actually ride around on that arm. How nuts is that? Like, you legit just, of course, if you ride around on it too much, it explodes, so that's a drawback, but that's a mechanic, that's part of the game. Not all these arms are built to last forever. If you get hit while you're using an arm weapon, then that arm will be destroyed. If you use the overdrive, which is where you hold it down, that's what the fully charged shot of the Mega Buster is, it'll destroy your arm. Or you can accidentally press the button that automatically destroys the arm, and then you don't have that. And you kind of don't want to do that if you really like the arms, because they cost currency, like they cost in-game currency to buy again. They're a resource. They can also be found in stages, like you can see I found this banana one. Hopefully I got the footage up here. And yeah, like it's so silly, but it's so freaking good. But the thing I love the most is that once you get to a certain point in the game, Nero gets his powers back. So you get the Devil Bringer arm back, which lets you just, like, if you just change the button layout on the game, it lets you, well, this is what I did. I changed the button layout so that once I got the Devil Bringer back, I just set it to the button, circle button, because that's the button that it was in the last game. So, and then I set my arms to R2. Yeah. Yeah, so I set it like that, and then like, he's got the best freaking combo strings now, and now I can just leave it as, like, you know, I got the Devil Bringer on my circle button, and then I've got my Mega Buster on R2 because I don't do this, but my favorite thing to do is just have, because you can, before you go into a mission, you can preset what arms you have Nero carrying. What I really love to do is just put 5 Mega Busters, and then just bam, 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 bam. And using the R2 as a shooting thing, it actually makes it a lot easier. Surprise, surprise. So just Nero having all this different versatility actually makes him my favorite character in the game. This is the best Nero. If you go from this Nero to Nero in Devil May Cry 4, yeah, he's got so much more versatility. It's so freaking crazy, and like what's good is you'll notice, like, if you play Devil May Cry 4, you'll know that if you weaken bosses to a certain amount with Nero, you can grab them with his, like, demonic arm, and then it'll do some sort of crazy thing. If you've got the Buster arm, you can still do the same thing, because that Buster arm, like, before you unlock the Devil Bringer again, that Buster arm actually does all the Devil Bringer's moves. So, that's something to keep in mind. Do play this. This is the best Nero. Man. I know I haven't really been reviewing, I've been gushing, but this was my pick for Game of the Year when the year that this came out. This was my pick for Game of the Year, in all honesty. Finished it probably 5 times. I'm not a madman. I don't try to challenge myself. I love the story. I've been playing these games since the original one came out on PS2, so I've got a lot of history with this franchise, so the closure for me is real, because I've been playing these games for longer than Avengers game, like Marvel, for longer than the MCU's been around. But just keep that in mind when I recommend this to you as well. Alright, so I know this whole review, I've been gushing about this game, like absolutely gushing about it, but there is no better way, in my opinion, to let you guys know that this is a game that you should need to buy. Like, this is a game that should be in your collection. I'm not even a collector, and I've got this game in my collection, and I don't plan. It's one of those games that I don't plan on selling. There are very few games in my life that I usually don't plan on, like, putting in storage or selling or stuff like that, and Devil May Cry 5 is one of those games where, you know, if it's compatible with the PS5, I'm gonna keep it right there on my shelf, and I'm not gonna put it away, and, you know, I'm gonna bring it out because it is just that good. Like, oh man, I can't talk about this game without gushing, and that is how good it is. So right now, I'm just gonna take this to my rating system. So we've come to that point in the video where it's time to slap a rating on this baby. Now let's see. Look, this video game is so good. It is such a freaking good video game. So let's see. The highest honor goes to this. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. You don't have to wait for a sale. Just freaking buy it. Alright, we finally made it to the end. Oh my goodness, this video kept on getting longer, and that's just because I've only got praise. Like, look, this isn't a perfect game, but it is for me. Like, flaws and all, I love it. Either way, guys, thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. Huge shout out to Mewmore, still using his music. His description to his channel is going to be in the description. I meant a link, not a description. Either way, And yeah, so just be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends who, look, you won't believe me, but you will find that you have friends that haven't played this. So share this with them in particular. Slap them in the face if you have to. I don't condone violence, but this is a special case. Alright, see yas.